Is Melmetal overrated for the Master League? That's what I'm going to be talking about in today's video. PvP strategy has been the forefront of a lot of players' minds, especially because a lot of the rewards in the Go Battle League are really great, and a lot of people are not able to go out and play right now. So of course people want to know the best PvP strategies, and that's what I'm going to be delivering on today. I really hope you end up enjoying this video. Let's get right into it. How's it hanging, everyone? It's me, it's Count, here with a brand new Pokemon Go video. Today I'm going to be talking about Melmetal, more specifically what Melmetal's place currently is in the Master League, and I'm going to be talking about why I ended up replacing him from my main roster. But real quick, if it's your first time here, make sure you hit that subscribe button and don't forget that little bell so you stay up to date on whenever I upload videos. And I want to give a quick shout out to my patrons on Patreon. You make this channel possible. If you want to support this channel, I definitely suggest you go and check out the links in the description below. Alright, so with all that out of the way, let's talk about Melmetal. If you have been doing the Master League in the Go Battle League, well, you would know that Melmetal makes an appearance quite often in this game mode. The reasons for that are quite simple. Melmetal has some really strong base stats, and he does have a lot of type coverage with his moves. When it comes to a lot of the current staples that are out there, like Togekiss and Dragonite, Melmetal will completely decimate them with his moves, and of course he does have a lot of different ways of just taking over a match. Whether you have him as an opener or whether you have him in the back line, Melmetal can be really effective for your Pokemon Go battles. But regardless of that, when I was running Melmetal, I was actually losing quite a lot, and I couldn't figure out why. It looked like Melmetal was a really strong part of my lineup, but every time he came out, he just kept losing different matchups. There were a lot of times where his coverage was not the coverage that I was particularly looking for, and there were plenty of times where I just needed Melmetal to be clutch, but he ended up not being so. He would just completely lose out, and it was just a shame. Now, back in the preseason, I was running Melmetal pretty much the entire time, and I did have a pretty decent win rate, about a 60% win rate, but it wasn't enough for me to get to rank 10 in the preseason. But now that ranks are a lot more valuable than they were before, it's something that I'm definitely considering, that I need to push to rank 10 a lot harder, and in order for me to do so, I do need to change up my lineup quite often. The meta continuously shifts within the Go Battle League. People are running different comps all the time, and one of the comps that people are running right now is Giratina Origin with Dialga, and it's extremely annoying. Giratina Origin is very difficult to deal with, but if you have the certain right counters and bring them out at the right time, you can just completely melt away Giratina O. But the thing that I've been having trouble with is Dialga. Dialga is extremely tanky. He completely counters a lot of the Pokemon that are out there, and you need a really good ground type or you need a good Togekiss in order to counter Dialga, and typically by then you are one Pokemon behind or you are one shield behind, so you're going to end up losing that matchup anyway. So what I ended up doing is I started to top heavy my team with Dialga counters, because when it comes to Giratina, when it comes to Togekiss, they're a lot easier to counter, but when it came to Dialga, even if I brought the right counters, I was still struggling. So what I ended up doing is switching out Melmetal for Metagross. Metagross with Meteor Mash and Earthquake was just creating a lot of different problems for people running with Dialga and a lot of the different Pokemon that you typically see in the Master League. Not only does he have some decent type coverage, but he completely counters a lot of the top meta Pokemon right now. Let's say they open up with a Dialga, and I'll typically open up with a Dragonite because I want that nice early burst damage. Well, you could switch out immediately to Metagross, and now they have to consider whether or not they want to switch out Dialga as well. Now the big thing is Dialga is a steel type, so he will reduce a lot of the damage from Meteor Mash, but he will get completely decimated from Earthquake. So if you are a player running Dialga, you have to make a very difficult choice. Do you switch out to, let's say, Giratina O and risk getting that chunk down because Giratina O is your clutch Pokemon, or do you roll with Togekiss and try to burn through the shields? Because Togekiss does have some counter moves against Metagross, but in a one-on-one matchup with both shields, Metagross is going to win out, especially because Meteor Mash does have the tendency to completely one-shot Togekiss. So you do have a lot of great options, and you put your opponent in a very difficult position. And that is essentially your winning strategy with this lineup. You use Metagross to completely chunk down Dialga as well as Togekisses, and then you also have Swamperts or some other Pokemon to back him up, and then you have your Dragonite to just nuke down any Pokemon that's remaining once the shields are burned up. This has proven to be extremely useful when it came to the Master League. Dialga has been plaguing the Master League as of right now, so we need to see a lot more of the Dialga counters start to shine. And of course, the nice thing is Metagross is much easier to invest in compared to a Melmetal. I mean, the best way to get a nice Melmetal is to hope that you have snowy weather, and then you pop your mystery box and hope to get a high IV. But when it comes to Metagross, they're a lot more widely available. A lot of people do have a lot of Meteor Mash Metagrosses that they have available for trade. So Metagross is definitely going to be easier to invest in. So yeah, what is the point of me making this video? Is it just strictly to talk about how Melmetal is overrated and Metagross is a much better pick? Well, not exactly. My point is that you need to continuously evolve your Pokemon strategy when it comes to the Go Battle League if you want to be successful. If you look at a lot of the top PvP Pokemon YouTubers, they're constantly shifting their teams, they're constantly experimenting with different Pokemon, and they're reaching rank 10 that way. If you are serious about PvP, you have to consider a lot of different options, and I do want to talk about this because I do think this is a big problem with the Pokemon Go PvP system, that you are essentially gated by whatever Pokemon you have in your collection. Like if you do not have a 100% IV Metagross with Meteor Mash and Earthquake, well, you're not going to be able to have that as an option, and you're essentially stuck with what you have. Like if you do not have a decent Melmetal, well, you can't even use that in PvP, right? So it really comes down to what you have and making the best with what you have. Swampert and Venusaur and a lot of these Pokemon are really fantastic in PvP, but a lot of people are opting to not use them because of the meta. People only want to use Dialgas and Giratinas and Togekisses, and they neglect a lot of other Pokemon. I honestly would love to see the meta shift completely and focus in on a lot of other Pokemon that counter these specific Pokemon. I've been starting to see a lot of Mewtwo's with Side Strikes lately, and a lot of Snorlaxes with Heavy Slam. I think it's great to see that. Of course, a lot of these Pokemon do get countered out by my team, but a lot of these Pokemon would counter a lot of the other teams as well. So I'm really glad to see people using different Pokemon. I think that's something that PvP really needs. It needs a lot more diversity, and it's something that the Sylph Arena did really well with their cup system. So I really hope Niantic continues to pump out more content so that we have more options in the Master League. But who knows, it's really up to Niantic as well as Gamefreak to create a lot more Pokemon for us to enjoy. But yeah, as of right now, this is just something that I wanted to share with you guys, that for the longest time I was using Melmetal exclusively in the Master League, but recently I benched him for Metagross and it's been doing me wonders. I was getting about a 50 to 60% win rate before, but lately that has skyrocketed to about a 75% to an 80% win rate, and it's only climbing higher. I've been getting a lot more 5-win sets and a lot more 4-win sets, whereas before the highest I would get is maybe a 3-win set followed by a 2-win set. So yeah, definitely switch out your Pokemon on a constant basis and you might see a lot more success. But that's going to be it for this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. It's very rare that I do some PvP strategy, but I would like to do more of that on my channel. I just don't find PvP to be that exciting as it currently is, and I know a lot of people share that opinion, but the more we discuss it, the more we hype it up, the more Niantic will pay attention to it. So I'm really hoping that that more positive changes happen for PvP, because I think this game mode has a lot of potential, but it's just not fully there yet. But I really hope you enjoyed this video, guys. Leave your thoughts in the comment section below. I am Count Jinsula, and I'll catch you all later. How's it hanging, everyone? Before I end this video, I want to give a quick plug to my Patreon page. If you want to support this channel, I highly suggest you go and check out the link in the description below. Every little bit helps when it comes to these YouTube videos. So if you want to support this channel, if you love the content that I'm producing and you want to contribute, definitely go and check it out. I have a lot of nice perks, like if you want to be on my permanent friends list, or if you want to get exclusive content or participate in exclusive content that's coming soon, definitely go and check it out. And to all of my patrons, I thank you for supporting my channel. I really hope you enjoyed this video, everyone, and if you did, don't forget to hit that subscribe button as well as that little bell so you stay up to date on whenever I upload videos. Follow me on social media at Count Jinsula. Leave your thoughts in the comments below. And yeah, have a great day. I'll catch you all later.